tried to move forward and find purpose, nothing makes me happy anymore. And I wanted to share this part because I want people to understand that, yeah, the pain is real and the grief is the grief. It doesn't go away.
Welcome to Yahweh 365, where we proclaim the greatness of God and promote Christ-like living. I am your brother Phil. Thank you for tuning in to another video on this channel. We pray that this content blesses you as you grow closer and closer to the Lord. Let's jump right into it. I believe as believers, one of the hardest things that we have to do is forgive those who sin against us. Having a heart of forgiveness towards those who sin against us. And what even makes it worse is that when other people sin against the people that we love, the people that we care about. So we're talking about our children, our wives, our moms, our dads. So I ran across this documentary not too long ago of this family who lost their children as a result of somebody being under the influence driving. And the way that they handle it will surprise you. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out the whole documentary in its entirety. Let's take a look at it.
I remember I got up early. I'd had a big night. I got up early, started drinking, and I can't remember much. The boys I was living with, they got home. We all got into it. And yeah, pretty blurry from there. I'm not even sure why on earth we were driving. I just know that we ran the red light. I remember waiting to turn at a traffic light. It was just taking forever. I don't know why.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen the vision.
That can't have been easy to watch.
It's not easy to watch, but you just sort of got to hold it together because you can't change what's happened.
While Samuel was driving from a service station ATM, 7 children were walking from Danny's place to buy ice cream. This is the actual vision.
We had no control over the car. And
You had no control because you were driving?
I had no control probably because of the intoxication and everything. And
well, definitely because of that.
Definitely because of that.
Yeah.
But also taken a corner so fast that not even a race car driver could have pulled that off in a professional car. So it was just never going to happen, and just taking things too far with that. And yeah, when I got out, it was horrible.
So the Bible gives us no wiggle room, no other option, no other exception when it comes to forgiving those who sin against us. We see in Luke chapter 6, verse 27, Jesus says, "But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you." And here's the one that I wish we can close our eyes and shut our ears to. But Peter says in Matthew chapter 18, verse 21 and 22, then Peter said to him, "Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? And Jesus said to him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. And let that sink in. So there is no cap as to how many times you forgive a person who sins against you. And Jesus comes on to say, it is unlimited. There's no amount of times that you can say, I'm not going to forgive this particular person because they sin against me. And let that sink in. That is a hard thing to do on our own strength. Forgiving others when they sin against us, and if they sin against us more than one time. So going back to the documentary, I can't even imagine, can't even fathom as to what this family went through during that time, the hurt, the pain, the questions that entered into their mind as to why did this happen. So it is quite natural to be angry, to be revengeful, to have an attitude as to, I don't want to ever see the person who did this tragic thing to my family members ever again. This family could have gone down that road, a life full of anger against this particular person, but yet they chose a different route. They did something that was unimaginable according to the world standards.
Right now, I can't hate him. And I don't want to see him. I don't hate him. I think in my heart I forgive him.
It was a moment that took most of us by surprise. Just days after her 3 children and Veronique had been killed by Samuel Davidson, Layla Abdullah, Danny's wife, forgave him.
If Jesus can forgive, we have to forgive.
When I was locked up, an officer came and let me know. He said, "Did you know that the mother has said on national TV she forgives you?" And I said, "What? Say that again?"
That must have floored you when you learned that the family had forgiven you on national TV.
Yeah, it touched me quite. I cried. It got me. I cried, and that touched me a great deal. That she would even think about saying that, let alone it happening.
When Layla made that public statement of forgiveness, did you consider that Samuel might be watching it, that he would hear that message of forgiveness?
No, not one bit. I didn't think of Samuel. I didn't even think about the impact it would have had at the time. I just was so laser focused on my wife and my kids, and that's all I worried about.
Have you 100% forgiven Samuel for killing the children?
100% I have.
Completely?
Completely.
There's not 1% of anger?
There's probably disappointment, but I can't sit in that past place and dwell. I've accepted what's happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is real Christianity when you seek to follow Jesus in every area of your life, even during the bad times in your life. As Jesus was on the cross, he goes on to say, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing." Man, let that marinate. Until next time, peace.